Hello and welcome to my channel, On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And let's find out what's been on the hook. This is National Crochet Month, as I said I was going to mention all month. This is a month when you should try some crochet. If you don't know how, learn a few stitches, make a dishcloth or something like that, or make a sweater, or get some plans together to make a sweater. Just crochet something because it's National Crochet Month, and we want to draw our attention to this beautiful, beautiful craft that's been around for many hundreds of years, and a lot of people like to do it now. It's gaining popularity, and it's usually mentioned right up there with knitting all the time. So they say knitting and crochet. So I'm really thrilled when I hear that, because it means that our craft is coming to the forefront, and it is an easy craft to learn. It takes a while to become proficient, just like in knitting. And it's also, you can create beautiful, beautiful garments and things for your home, blankets, everything else with crochet. And ripping out is very easy. I have to say that compared to knitting, it's much easier to rip out crochet and start over. So if you make a mistake, you can frog out to the row before. It's not difficult to take it out, I'm trying to say. So crochet is a great craft. I really like it. I've also tried diamond painting, and if you've been watching me, you'll know that I'm working on a huge diamond painting, and I have made some great progress. But Thursday, I hope to show the entire painting all finished, because I'm on the last strip of the undone part, and I hope to get that sealed and on my craft table so it can dry, and then I'll take it to the framers. But before that, I'll take some pictures or some video, and I'll show you the progress that I've made. And right after that, I'm going to start the Nativity, and this is a beautiful, beautiful diamond painting from Diamond Art Club, who are sponsoring this particular diamond painting. And thank you to Olivia there. She has been so sweet to be patient and wait till I finish my Virgin of the Lilies, which is right here. And that was one I started before I talked to Olivia. So she's been very patient to wait. And I'll be starting that hopefully by the end of the week this week. So if you're interested in a diamond painting, you can go down into the description box. I have placed a link there for a discount off of your first diamond painting from Diamond Art Club, and also a link so that they'll know that you came from my channel. And I'm real proud of y'all for starting that. I know several of you have done that, and it's so wonderful that you are using my channel to segue into a different craft. And it does make a difference when you're crocheting a lot and your hands get tired. This is what happens to me. I know I'm getting older and my hands are not as vibrant as they used to be. So I can crochet for several hours, but then I have to stop. And when I do, I still want to do some kind of craft, so I go to my diamond painting table and I work on that. So I hope that you take advantage of that wonderful discount, but I'm going to continue to put it in my description box, whether I'm diamond painting or not, whether I'm showing what my progress or not, so that you can go to any video and click that link and take a look at what they have to offer. They have lots of different kinds of paintings, and I get lost on their website. I love to look at all the paintings there. I'm still looking at a couple that I'd like to purchase. Actually, that I did purchase. What am I saying? I did purchase the Francis of Assisi diamond painting. And if you go to that link, you'll see it. It's really cute. It's really very whimsical. So I'll be working on that for my grandson's bedroom, that when they come visit here, it'll be on the wall. And one of the grandsons actually dressed up as Francis of Assisi for, I guess it was All Saints Day maybe last year, and that's right around Halloween time. So they dress up as their favorite saint, and he selected Francis of Assisi. And when I saw that diamond painting, I thought, I really need to do that and hang it on the wall for him, to let him know that I thought that was a wonderful thing that he did, and to remind him of the great choice that he made. I'm going to stand up and show you what I'm wearing today. This is a sweater from last year. I love it, love it, love it. It is so comfortable. This is called Stripes and Stripes. This is what it looks like on my Etsy shop. Stripes and Stripes. Look at that long hair there. I was a lot thinner there too, probably. But the sweater still fits me. I think I used maybe 4 or 5, 6 inches of ease last year. And another thing about this particular pattern, I want to show you when I stand up. This is the Stripes and Stripes sweater. Now, if you'll notice, this is not a fitted sweater, but I do some shaping at the waist. And if you'll notice that This is shaped at the waist. It comes in just a little bit, it goes out just a little bit. So I show you how to do that in the pattern. It's not difficult. You can use it on any sweater pattern that you crochet. I don't show this on every one of my sweater patterns, but you can use this technique to measure and find out where you want to shape and how to shape it. It's very simple to do. Now, of course, the sleeves here are crocheted right into the fabric, so you don't have to crochet on any sleeves. You don't have to sew on any sleeves, so you just crochet them right into the fabric. Very, very easy, and especially if you're using stripes. If you're crocheting with stripes, you'll see that this type of pattern is so much easier to get the stripes to match up on the sleeves because you're just crocheting straight across. And the back looks the same as the front. It's no different. I think I might have, well, actually it is different because the back is scoop necked, the front is a V-neck. So yes, those are different, but they're very similar in how they're constructed as far as the sleeve goes and the waist shaping. So if you're looking for a waist shaping pattern, this is the one you should choose. I don't think I wrote directions for waist shaping in any of my other patterns. If I did, I can't remember, but this was the one that I spent so much time trying to figure out how to make it easy for you and not use stitch counts and all that. So those directions are in this pattern. So I welcome you to take a look at Stripes and Stripes. There's some pictures out on the web and you can take a look at it there. So again, this is my Stripes and Stripes sweater from last year. Really, really like it. It's very comfortable. I used an eye hook to crochet this particular sweater. I used two colors from the Plymouth Select DK Merino Superwash. And if I can find it, I'll put a link down in the description box to that. Not sponsored or anything, but I used about maybe 1,040 yards total, and each about 500 to 800 yards of each color. So if you're a larger person, you'll probably want to buy maybe 800 of each color, and it'd be 1,600 total because the stitches are pretty close together. It's an eye hook, so you don't have to wear a tank top under it. It's very, very comfortable. And this is a Select Merino Superwash, so it's very smooth and soft. It's not scratchy at all. And I put this on. I just absolutely love this. On Sunday, I will dress it up, wear a black jacket over it and a black skirt to church. I might wear it just with a pair of blue jeans like I'm doing today. I'm just wearing it with jeans and some booties, and just feels perfect for this kind of weather. It's going to be 61 today, and it was in the teens on Saturday night, so we are going crazy with our temperature range here, but this is spring and I'm so excited that it's here. I love to wear summer and spring tops. I just love this time of year. So this is a perfect sweater for spring and summer. I've worn it in the summer and it is not hot. I promise you, it's not hot. And if you look at that particular superwash, I can guarantee you that it's really, really soft. Now, any other brand, you can try it, you can feel of it and see if you like the feel of the yarn. Make sure that it's smooth and soft. Sometimes when they add nylon to a regular wool yarn, it makes the wool very, very soft. So if you see something with nylon in it, you might try that. Or a superwash wool in a light DK. That is what would make this sweater very, very comfortable. So I invite you to give it a try. So Crystal is here and she's modeling my Summer Essential. And this is a very popular pattern. It's been very popular on my website. It is called Summer Essential and it's made with fingering yarn. If y'all aren't familiar with fingering yarn, you should try it at least once. It's a very nice drape to fingering yarn, and I use 12 inches of ease in this pattern. 12 inches of ease. It's huge, but it drapes so beautifully. I wouldn't suggest using this much ease in a thicker yarn. I think it just wouldn't drape at all. But this drapes very beautifully. Again, this is fingering yarn. This is Audine Wools by KnitCrate, and I've talked about this before, but for those of you who have not seen it, this is a really nice wool. Now you can get this on Etsy and Ravelry. I didn't see it on the KnitCrate site because their wools come and go. But this is the Audine Wools, and of course it was sponsored that month by Creative Grandma. I received this in the monthly subscription box. This is a color that I went out and purchased. It came in 3 colors. There's a blue, a pink, and a brown. And this is the brown. It's called, I think it's called Sprout. Yes, colorway is Sprout. and it's has very natural colors in it, tiny bit of green, but mostly cream and browns. And this particular one here is a pink color, and it was just beautiful. I really like this one, but it's not available anymore. But you might find a fingering yarn that you like. This is colors of pink and yellow and dark pink and a little bit of purple in there. It's just really beautiful. I wear this a lot. I wear this a lot in the spring and summer. It is not hot. It is very comfortable. And this particular wool is superwash merino, so that makes it nice and soft. And then it's 20% tencel, so I don't know what that is. It's a little bit of a nylon addition to it, and that makes it very, very soft too. And if you'll notice the ribs on this particular sweater, I just went crazy with these ribs. These are triple ribs, and I don't know if you can see that, but they're triple ribs there. And I thought with the fingering yarn, it really looks nice. It finished off the sweater so beautifully. I used it on the sleeve, I used it around the neck, and I also used it around the hem. Now, this took a little bit of time to make, but it's not a fancy stitch pattern. It's just double crochet, but I scooped the neck, and then in the back, I did not do any decreasing up here. I just let it come right up to the back of the neck. And then the sleeves are just a function of the ease in the sweater. And I've talked about this before. If you put 12 inches of ease, you're going to have a 6-inch gap over here. See where the sleeve starts? So you're going to have a cap sleeve built in. Perfect. You don't have to do anything but add that ribbing on. So I really love this particular pattern that I made last year. And this again is called the Summer Essential. You can check it out on my Etsy shop. I'll put a link to it down in the description box. Thank you, Crystal, for modeling that. She is such a trooper. She just models anything I ask her to. So I love having her in my studio because she tries on things for me when I don't have to pull things over my head. You know, I'll just put them on Crystal, and she's just very patient with my design work. So there, let's go to my yarn acquisitions. I want to show you what I have received in the mail, and before we do that, let's talk about what I'm working on. I'm working on a fingering weight sweater that I bought the yarn not too long ago, and I bought lots of it, so I have enough to make sleeves on this, but I don't think I'm going to. This is the AGNES Sweater. This is the AGNES Sweater, or AGNES Top. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it is made with fingering yarn. It's a very modest sleeveless top. It's not a tank top. I've been calling it a tank top, but it's not. It is a sleeveless top that is modest. It's got a scoop neck. It's going to have a scoop neck and a little bit of a scoop in the back, and it's going to be sleeveless. Now, I'm going to give you some options with this pattern. I'm going to make it with cap sleeves. I'm going to add a little bit onto the sleeve. I'm going to make it, well, I want to show it to you when it's sleeveless. I'll show it to you when I have it sewn up, and you can just finish those edges and make it sleeveless. Or you can make a cap sleeve out of this sweater and, you know, bring it down a little bit on your arm, or you can bring it down as long as these. I really love this length. It's above the elbow. See, it's above the elbow, but it covers up a lot of your upper arm, and I really like that if you're just going to wear this with jeans or something and you want it to be modest. But again, this is the AGNES Sweater, and this is the back. I finished the back, and there are the decreases for the sleeve. So how it's going to fit, this, pretend I'm turned around, but this is how it's going to fit. And the sleeve underarm is right there. So it doesn't have a huge amount of ease, but it does have some ease in it. It's not extremely long either, but I'll probably put either a ribbing at the bottom. I've been toying with that triple rib. I really like that. I just think that's beautiful on the fingering weight sweaters. So I have finished the back. I'm working on the front, and look how far I've gotten, but it doesn't whip up. It doesn't crochet up as fast as using a DK. Now, this says it's a DK, but it's really a fingering weight. That is a fingering weight. If it's a DK, it's a teeny tiny DK. I'm treating it like a fingering weight, but I really love the way it's coming out. And it drapes beautifully because it is a thin yarn. And again, this is a yarn called Silky Merino. Here's the tag. It's called Electric Slide. It's a DK. It says 150 yards on the hank. And this is what the hank looks like just, that's really pretty. I like the colors in that green, purple, kind of a white. There's some pink in there, some dark pink, and there's some light pink in there too. Some light green, dark green, all kinds of colors in here. But it's called Silky Merino, and it is 51% silk and 49% merino. So it is really comfortable. There's the tag that is on it, Silky Merino. And this is produced by Malabrigo, one of my favorite companies, not sponsored. And I know that when I buy Malabrigo, I will love the sweater. I will love, love, love the sweater. They dye beautiful handmade dyed yarn. And they're actually dyed in a kettle, and they're dyed not one at a time, but probably, many skeins at a time. But the way they dye them, they do look pretty much alike. I mean, even though they are hand or kettle dyed, they look very, very similar. Here are two up next to each other. You can't even tell the difference. So I don't worry about starting a new hank on a sweater that's a continuous sweater. I see a little bit of difference here and there, but it's a handmade sweater, so it's going to have some anomalies in it. But I wanted to show you the progress I've made on that. I am working on that. Really love it. And y'all had asked me for a modest sleeveless top, so that's what I am designing right now. So be on the lookout for that. It should be coming up in the next week or two. By the way, I'm making the AGNES top with a size G hook. Never thought I would say that, but I love the G because it makes a beautiful, beautiful fabric. A beautiful fabric. And very similar to the Summer Essentials over there, using a smaller hook does make a beautiful fabric. It takes longer, but when you finish, it makes a beautiful sweater. Every so often, I will look at an email that comes in. I think I get these maybe once a month or every other week or something like that from Expression Fiber Arts. Many of you know who I'm talking about. Chandy there. She's a beautiful knitter and extremely well-rounded. She's a crocheter as well, and she dyes her own yarn. And this is Mr. Farrar's Dewy DK. I ordered this because I just fell in love with it. I'm not a blue person, but I just really thought that was beautiful. There are all kinds of different shades of blue and green in there, and I think when you open these up, they'll look very similar. This one looks a little bit more of a turquoise there, but I'm not sure how it looks inside. 70% merino, superwash wool, 20% nylon, 10% silk. Now there's an example of when they add nylon and or silk to a yarn, it is so soft and smooth. It's really smooth, so I look forward to using this. I bought 3 skeins of this, and I have a total of 750 yards. It was sold in a set of 3, so I went ahead and bought it. I think I'll be okay with this. I might even make an AGNES sweater with this. This might be my next one. This is a much larger yarn than the supposed DK from Malabrigo. This is much larger than that yarn, and I'll probably bump up my hook size and make a sleeveless or a cap top with this, an AGNES sweater. So I wanted to show you that. It is really beautiful. Chandy does a beautiful job with her yarns because she shows something in nature, and then she shows the yarn that she's dyed, and they're always the same colors, and they're so beautiful. Also in the package, and it was kind of a package of 3, there were a couple of extras, and one is these buttons, and they're really beautiful buttons. They're special buttons, all different colors, pretty much pastels. And that was a pretty good size bag of buttons, and I could use those. I'm running out of buttons. I did go find a few buttons that I needed not too long ago, but I'm running out of buttons. So here are some buttons from Expression Fiber Arts. They came in this package, and along with it was a project bag, and this is the front of the project bag. It says, "I come here with no expectations, only to profess that now that I am at liberty to do so, that my heart is and always will be yours." That's from Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility. A very nice quote right there, and a beautiful, beautiful drawing, or I don't know if that's a watercolor. It looks like just a drawing of a flower. Very pretty. And it has a drawstring top on it, and you can put that yarn right in there. And it also has shoulder straps, which I can't see myself using. But if you're really, going on a hike and want to take your crochet with you, you could certainly use those. But anyway, it's really a nice bag, a nice, beautiful canvas bag, and that came in the package. And I want to show you the package that came in the mail. When I looked in my post box, I thought, wow, is that beautiful or what? Look at this pretty bag that it was in. I just love that. That's the mailing bag. That actually went through the post office, through the mail, and everybody got to see that. So I just think that's beautiful. Chandy, that's gorgeous. I know you probably don't watch my channel, but that is really pretty. I know a lot of you do watch her YouTube videos and maybe even order yarn from her. I don't know, but all in all, that was a really nice package. Now, I'll just tell you how much it was, just for fun. It was $68, but there was free shipping. So $68 was the total that I paid for the wool, nylon, silk yarn, and then a couple of extras as well. Her yarns are very high quality, and I don't mind spending that much every now and then. So I splurged and bought that. I just wanted to show that to you on the show because it came and I was so excited. I really like it, and I do plan to do something with it because I would hate for that to sit around in my stash and might not make anything with it. So I'll probably make an AGNES sweater with that. Next up is an unboxing of KnitCrate. This is, I believe, March's box. It's the monthly KnitCrate, and this month they're calling it Metropolis, and there's the card that goes with it, Metropolis, and there are the colors, the beautiful colors of pinks and light greens, it looks like. There is, I'm going to cover this up because somebody brought this to my attention. I didn't cover up the important parts here that you can't see. If you're not a monthly subscriber, you shouldn't see this, but there are the patterns that they're promoting with this particular month's yarn. Socks, and 2 pairs of socks, a hat, and a scarf, and crocheted scarf. I'm kind of past that now, but I do love the yarns from KnitCrate. I do love the yarns from KnitCrate. So I order this and it comes every month. I miss the booklet though. I really miss the booklet. I would love to have the booklet. They do add a nice card with some beautiful pictures and a little write-up about their theme for the month. This is the yarn that came in the box. It's beautiful, 4 beautiful colors of pink, and this may go into my stash. It may go into an AGNES sweater. There's probably enough here for that. I don't think I want to order more of this, and I don't even know if they have it in stock, but this is the colorway Sunset. It's 100% superwash merino in worsted weight, and they're 448 yards on the total of these balls, or these hanks. So that's what they look like. They're really pretty. I'll probably leave it in my stash like this. And if I decide to maybe make a sweater with some braided stripes or something like that, I might use this. This is really pretty. I like it, but I would need a solid to make a sweater from, so I don't know how I would use this except to make a cowl or a scarf or something like that, or maybe an AGNES top. So I'll see. I may see how many yards I need. This is a worsted weight, so I'm going to need fewer yards, obviously, than I will of a DK or a fingering weight. So we'll see. This is the KnitCrate for March. Beautiful, beautiful. I really like it. It'll go in my stash, like I said. Also in the box, they gave us a tape measure, and it says time to unwind on there. That's cute. And I can always use tape measures. I'd like to have one in every one of my project bags, but I don't have enough. So I'm constantly looking for my tape measures. I have 3 or 4 of them that are wind up like this, and I have one long tape measure that I always keep here when I'm designing sweaters. It's always in my drawer, and it's just really easy to use. It's just a plastic tape measure that I just put in my drawer. I don't wind it up. I don't try to be all organized about it. I just put it in the drawer. I always know that it's there. I don't have to wonder where a tape measure is if I can't find one that unwinds. But I do like that. That's cute, and it's, of course, centimeters one side, inches on the other. Very, very useful addition to the KnitCrate box. So that's my KnitCrate for March. Moving right along to my giveaway section, I have 2 gifts that have not been claimed. I hate it because I know that y'all watch my shows. I've seen these names come up in comments before, but they might be behind in watching my videos. But one is Paula Beaumont. She won the Cross Stitch magazine, this one. and I'm still waiting for her to get in touch with me. And I've seen her comments on my videos, but she may not have seen them all, and that way she missed her name. The other one is the Crochet Surprise with, I believe this is the tendril shawl. The tendril shawl, here it is right here. This is the tendril shawl. Hold that up there. Beautiful, and the yarn is beautiful too. I was tempted to just keep this, but it's not right for me to do that. These are the two, oh, they were heavy. These are the two yarns that came in that particular box. It's the Summer Nights yarn by Lion Brand, now discontinued, but hey, there are two big skeins of this here, and you can make 4 tendril shawls with that. Anyway, that belongs to Julie Ensensberger, and I have not heard from Julie. Now, if y'all have contacted me, I apologize. I get hundreds of emails a day for lots of different reasons, and please email me again if you need to send me your mailing address so I can get these off to you and you can enjoy them. Now, let's pick some winners for our gifts this week. The winner number 1 will receive 2 balls of Prism yarn by Mary Maxim, and it's a kit because I'm including a free pattern apricot rose shawl that I've started, and you can finish that right up. I already have it packed up for you. This is a kit basically with 2 balls of yarn, and part of the shawl is already made, and the shawl directions are right here. And I've gotten you to the point where it's real easy. It's just a 2-row repeat, so you can finish that with no problem. So this is the Mary Maxim Prism kit. It's kind of been put together by me, but that's going out to winner number 1. Winner number 2 will receive this very large bag of cotton. It's worsted weight cotton, and it's in the color that everybody uses. It's kind of an ecru color. 454 grams. I don't know how many yards are on this. Somebody asked me. I have no idea. It's a pound of cotton, and I ordered this from Mary Maxim. They were selling these for $10, so I'm going to give this away. I ordered myself one, so it's over there in my stash, but I wanted to give this one away, and that's why I bought it. 454 grams of ecru colored 100% cotton from Mary Maxim, and that will go to winner number 2. Winner number 3 will win this Turby Twist Crochet Surprise Box. This came in for March, and it is the Turby Twist headband. Well, it's a headband that you crochet right there. It's a headband that you crochet with, you can crochet a couple of them. These are the colors in the Bernat Satin. Very beautiful yarn. I really like that, Bernat Satin. And on each skein is 200 yards, and it's 100% acrylic. So these are washable. You wear them on your head. Very, very nice. Love this pattern. I started it just to see how hard it was, and it was very, very easy. It's a headband that you make. And also in the box is what everybody loves. This is the Turby Twist, and all you do is just put this on your wet head. You don't have to worry about making it. But it's a Turby Twist, and this box is all about headbands and hair. So I wanted to show that again. A lot of people say you already use these, and they're wonderful. I have 2 of them that I use every time I wash my hair. So really, really love the Turby Twist. But there's one in the box, and also enough yarn to make a couple of headbands. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these 3 gifts this week. Here we are at the computer, and the word Prism is right there. That's for the Prism yarn kit, and there's the internet address for the video from last Monday on the 7th. So let's find out how many people were in line for the Prism yarn, and 274. Thank you for participating. Let's find out who wins the Prism yarn kit, and that would be Karen M. She's never heard of a Turby Twist, but I'd like to try one of those. And let's see what else we have. There's Prism right there in her comment. So Karen M., you have won the Prism yarn kit. So let's move back over here, and we're going to go up and change this keyword. And the keyword would be pound, and that is for the cotton yarn right there from Mary Maxim. Let's find out how many people use the word pound in their comment. All right, 269. So 269 people are in the running for the 454 gram bag of yarn, and this is for cotton yarn from Mary Maxim, and the winner is Christine Voss. Christine Voss, you have won the cotton yarn from Mary Maxim, and there's the pound yarn right there. The pound is in her comment. So Christine Voss, you are the winner of the ecru colored pound of yarn. And let's go back over here, and for the last one we use the word twist, so TWIST, and that will get you in the running for the Turby Twist and the Crochet Surprise Box. And there were 285 people signed up for that. So let's start and find out who wins the Turby Twist Crochet Surprise Box. And that would be Camilla Green. Camilla Green, you have won the Crochet Surprise Box for March. And let's see, here we go. Twist, right there. There's the word twist in her comment. So Camilla Green, you have won the Crochet Surprise Box. Congratulations to everyone. Now let's talk a little bit about our giveaway for next week. I found in my craft room 3 of these balls of yarn packaged up. This is exactly how I ordered them. They've been in plastic. This is Lion Brand Heartland yarn. This is one of my favorite yarns. I just love this yarn. It's so beautiful. This is the colorway Sequoia, and there are 3 skeins of this yarn that I'm giving away. On each skein are 251 yards of beautiful yarn. It's so soft. I really like this. It's made in America, and it's 100% acrylic. 230 meters if you're a meter person, but it's a size 4 yarn in the colorway Sequoia, and I have 3 skeins of that I'm giving away. This is brand new in the plastic. Never had it out of the plastic till this moment, but I don't know why I bought it, but I did. I might have bought it for a scarf or something like that, but you'll receive 3 skeins of the Heartland yarn from Lion Brand. I really like Lion Brand yarn. Not sponsored, but it's one of my favorite yarn companies because it's consistently good yarn, high quality yarn. I really like using it. So I've made several things out of it, and I really like it. Now, if you want to be in the running for this, use the word tree. And it's named after Sequoia tree, but I didn't want to use Sequoia. That's kind of hard to spell. So we're going to use the word tree to put it in your comment. That's the key word for this particular yarn. If you watch my show, you'll know that I bought some Mary Maxim Marvelous Chunky not too long ago. This is Marvelous Chunky, and I like the yarn. I do like the yarn, but it's not appropriate for what I'm making. And you can frog this out if you want, but I'm giving away 2 balls of this. Each ball, this is called Sweet Stuff, and you can go on the Mary Maxim site and get a better look at this, but this is what it looks like. I raved about this, but I was making a top with it, and it was just too thick. I don't like it, but you can finish it if you want to. You just have to crochet around the same number of stitches around and around to get the body finished, and then maybe put an edging on the sleeve. But this is 270 yards of a size 5 yarn, so it's big yarn. 270 yards on one. Let me get that on one skein, and here's the other one. This is all crocheted already. And if you like this, you can sign up for it. It's a top that I made. I realized top down, and all you have to do is finish around the bottom, maybe 4, 5, 6 more rows, and you'll have it. Or you can frog this out and make something that you want, which is totally fine. But all this is going to somebody who might want to use it. You can make purses from it. You can make headbands from it. You can make a sweater from it. What I would suggest is that you use a bigger hook. And I think I was using an NP hook maybe. I would take it up even one more from that. If you want to frog this out and make it again, you could do that. Make it from a top-down sweater pattern. It's not difficult to do, and it's just chunky yarn, so it goes really fast. I liked it to right about this point, and then when I put it on, it just seemed too thick for me. I don't know. I just wasn't in the mood anymore to use it, so I'm going to give it away. So if you want to be in the running for this yarn, use the word chunky, C-H-U-N-K-Y, C-H-U-N-K-Y, in your comment, and you'll be in the running for this. Now, I bought 4 skeins of this, and I gave 2 away to the ladies at the Second Presbyterian Church here in town because they make blankets, and I thought this would make a cute little blanket for a young girl or boy. And I really like the colors in it. It's called Sweet Stuff. Again, Mary Maxim Marvelous Chunky is the name of the yarn, and you're free to go out there and take a look at it at Mary Maxim. But I really love it, but it wasn't appropriate for what I was trying to make. You can finish the sweater or you can frog it out. I give you that choice, and I didn't want to frog it out and then have somebody say, well, I really liked your sweater. So I'm just going to send it out like that, and you can frog it out if you want to. And that will go to winner number 2 next week, and the word is chunky in your comment to be in the running for that. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your time with me today. I have enjoyed my time with you. I hope that you join me again. I may be back on Thursday. I don't know. I never know if I'll be able to do a late week video, but I'd like to be back on Thursday and show you my progress on the diamond painting. I'm hoping to get that finished. So that's my goal for this week. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and that you do something crafty for National Crochet Month. Now, I have one more thing that I want to talk about. All right, one last note. I have a handful of bags left. I think maybe 4 bags, crochet project bags that I ordered with my logo on the front. And let me grab one and I'll show it to you. Y'all really liked this one. This is my azalea pink bag. There's my logo on the front. Really like these. I've been using this. I have my Landscape Fusion project in it. This is by Lion Brand, not sponsored. Really soft. I have a V-neck top down that I'm working on a little at a time. I'm not working on it every single day, but I wanted to show you the bag that I'm using. This is the azalea pink bag. It has a zipper in the top. I'm really loving those zippers. I like it without a zipper though, because I can leave one by my chair and work out of it. This one also stands up very beautifully without being zipped. It's got a large bottom on it, and I just have a handful of these left, and then I'll be out of bags. I won't have any bags. I think I have 1 blue bag left. I think there's still 1 blue bag down there, and then I have 3 or 4 of these left, and that's all that I have. So if you're interested in a bag, please don't wait, because when we run out, we run out. I've made another order, but I don't know when it'll be here. I've not had a lot of encouragement from the company because I don't think they're getting their orders in. They're out of just about every color. So I wanted to let you know that those are available. If you're interested, I'll put a picture of the bag right here, and it's also on my Etsy shop. So if you're interested, you can go out, and if you're a member of the community, be sure to look back and see if you have an email from me. I sent it out maybe a week ago, and it had a special it had a special offer code just for the bags, so you can use that just for the bags. It also has an offer code for my patterns, and you can use that as well. So you don't forget to use your offer code if you're in the community. If you're not, please be sure to sign up. It's down in the description box. You can sign up there. Please subscribe. Please like this video before you click away. I hope you haven't already done that. But please like the video. It helps me so much. I'm approaching 12,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. I'm so hoping that I'm giving you what you want. You said that you wanted me to do a skirt pattern, and I will do that. It's not on the top of my list, but I do have it in the queue, and I'll be working on that maybe during the spring and summer for the fall. And the yarn that I've selected is more of a fall color, so I may be doing that. I don't know. The pattern shouldn't be terribly difficult, but I want to make it so that anybody can make one to fit them, and that's the focus of my patterns, to make them fit you. So they're all size inclusive. You can be any size you want and make my patterns, and they would turn out just fine because they will fit you, not somebody in the department store, not somebody online, but you. When you look in the mirror, it should fit you just fine. Just like my sweater here, just like all my sweaters, I make them to fit me at the time, and if I put a lot of ease in them, then I can grow into them. I'm just kidding. You're not supposed to do that, but This had plenty of ease in it last year, and it still has some ease in it this year, but probably not as much as I had in it last year. But it is fitted, it is shaped on the side, and that's one reason I wanted to show it today. I've had a lot of people say, I want a sweater project that has shaping on the side because I don't want it to just be straight down. So again, you can use these directions for any of my patterns that you want. You just use a specific instruction that I'll put in this pattern, and you can use that on any of my other patterns. So I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you again on Thursday or Friday or Monday. I don't know which, so be sure you're subscribed and hit the little bell so you'll know when I release a video. So have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you next time, and let's find out what's on the hook.